Hi, this is Spencer from Spencer Colgan as Wallpaper. And on one of our previous videos, we showed you how to cut that line. And all of the issues that were concomitant with cutting that straight line and making it look nice. Now I want to show you a different method of cutting a straight line where that procedure would not apply. I'm going to just come up on the wall. So now we're doing a vertical straight line. Is it the same procedure? Not really. Now, there's two ways you can do this. If you wanted to get out the tape, you could do that. But what I want to talk about is, first of all, if you're using a color of a significant pigment differential, meaning one wall is really dark, like brown, and the other one is really light, you have to be extremely careful when you come near either wall with the other color paint. Because if your bristles should lift, they spit little specks of paint that you can't otherwise see, but you will see it with this. And so if I'm coming near the wall like this, I can't move this brush around too fast because literally when it lifts up, you can't see it, but there's little microscopic, not even microscopic, but when you look closely, you can see it. Little bits and pieces of paint that lift up if you move the brush too fast. So that's one tip for you right there. When you're dealing with a drastic color change, be very slow with the brush, very deliberate. Secondly, if you were to draw a straight line like this, you would fail. Here's what happens with your eye. The brown wall starts becoming the yellow wall. It looks like it until you paint the yellow wall with the brown paint. And you say, what did I do? Your eyes does not have the depth perception to differentiate between one wall and the other when you're looking in the corner. Trust me when I tell you, because your eyes play tricks on you. You're looking at the tip of the paintbrush to draw a straight line, and then you forget which part of the wall you're on, and invariably, you will paint the wrong side of the corner, the wrong color. So I'm gonna just show you, all right? So now I'm working away from the corner now. Look at this brush. First of all, you have to have the right brush. This is a fairly expensive brush. There are more expensive ones. I prefer the Purdy 3-inch angled sash brush. Whenever I'm working in corners, first of all, you want an angled brush. And secondly, you want at least 3 inches. So now, this is we have here a 4-inch brush. I'm sorry, a 3-inch. Looks like a 4-inch. I'd feel it if it were a 4-inch. So now watch this. Just getting a little paint on the tip, and watch what I'm gonna do. All right, I'm going up to the corner. If I go there with too much paint, I'm going to get it on the wall. Look what I'm doing. See that? So you see the action in there? Slow, right? But that's your only alternative. And by doing this, you eventually come up with a straight line, because all you're looking to do is have the tip of that brush, if you think about it as one long piece, you just want those 3 inches right in the corner and then to pull away. And you don't want it going beyond the corner. And so it's a long process. But still, that's the way to do it. Now, if you try to put tape on the brown paint, I don't want you to do that, because a lot of you are buying sticky paint and then you come back to me and say, the paint pulled off my color, what did I do? And so I just give you a general rule, don't use tape on this application, because you have to wait till the other color is sufficiently dry, and I don't know how thick you applied it, so I wouldn't say do it until the next day. And hey, you guys go to work the next day, right? Can't wait around for the next day. But generally the rule is when it's dry, and generally looking at 2 hours, if you were to do it 2 hours later. But if you're heavy-handed with your paint application, 2 hours won't be enough. So I tell you, please don't use the tape. You see how the corner is coming out? Now if you try to rush this, I'm telling you, it's not going to look nice. I'm going to cheat here from my rule and drag it, but the problem is when you drag it, you run the risk of the bristles going up and painting the other color. So what have we learned here today? When you're painting an accent wall, it's really what it is, and you're drawing the line in the vertical corners. Generally you'll have two, one on each side of the wall. Number one tip is you don't want to move this brush too fast because it spits paint onto the other color and you'll see it. Secondly is, rather than dragging the brush along the corner horizontally in a parallel fashion, meaning that's straight and then you drag the brush straight. No, we don't want to do that. We're going to do something. We're going to come in at a perpendicular angle. We're going to just push the brush, which is sufficiently wet. If you wet it too much, it will throw paint up onto the brown wall. I realize there's a lot of things that go into this. Just try to use those principles. Otherwise, you come out with a very nice line. Check it out. And don't think on the first try you're going to get it perfect, all right? So if you just come back on the second time, remember that when you're doing it the second time, your brush glides across the painted surface, okay? That's the nice thing about doing this. Your brush really will just glide. And isn't that nice? Isn't that coming out nice? So there you have it. Those are the tips for painting a vertical accent wall edge. This is Spencer Colgan. Thanks for watching Spencer Colgan is Wallpaper. And if you like the video, click on like. And make a comment about how you do it. Let us know how you do it. A lot of you painters and designers from Europe are getting back to me with some very interesting tips that you folks have used in your neck of the woods, and I find them very interesting. And I appreciate all of the suggestions and comments that you folks have for me. So please keep them coming. This is Spencer Colgan. Please subscribe to my channel. Thanks.